The Legislative Council election has been held every 4 years since Hong Kong's handover from British to Chinese rule in 1997. This is the first time voting's been postponed to such an extent.
The decision to postpone the 2020 legislative election has nothing to do with politics, has nothing to do with the likely outcome of this round of elections. It is purely on the basis of protecting the health and safety of the Hong Kong people.
Lam said the delay was necessary because of the rising numbers of coronavirus infections. But her use of emergency powers raises legal and administrative issues. Delay would mean that China's parliament would have to step in to approve any issues that could contravene Hong Kong's basic law, its mini-constitution.
We are inviting Beijing to interfere again because we are unable to solve the problem that the government has created.
Foreign governments, including the US and the UK, warn that postponing the election further threatens Hong Kong's autonomy. China's leaders repeated their warning for the international community to stay out of Chinese affairs.
What I want to tell you is that the election of the Legislative Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region is a local election in China and is purely China's internal affair.
It's a consistent message, particularly after China's government imposed the national security law in Hong Kong on July 1st. Secession, subversion, terrorism and collusion with foreign elements are punishable with up to life in prison. Critics say the law is draconian, vague and open to interpretation. And on Thursday, it was on this basis 12 Democratic candidates were disqualified. One of Hong Kong's best-known democracy activists, Joshua Wong, was among those deemed ineligible for not supporting the law's implementation.
They can't censor my qualification to committed in the democracy movement in Hong Kong. And that's the reason they can't kill us all. Even they try to prosecute us, bar us to run for office, and silence our voice, we wish to try our best, lest our voice being heard around the world.
The pro-democracy camp says the latest moves by Hong Kong's government are motivated by China's concerns that Democrats would have gained a majority in the Legislative Council.
The Legislative Council election is the only way people in Hong Kong can influence who will run their city. Legislative councillors are partially responsible for choosing the chief executive and monitoring their performance. In recent years, China's leaders have been accused of interfering in this process. And with the disqualifications and the delay in elections, there are concerns whether another basic right is being stripped away. Divya, Gopalan, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.